If you're anything like me, you see many advertisements pushing annuities, especially for people nearing or at retirement age. When it comes to living off your savings, there are many alternatives that might be far better options for some people. Jim Lineweaver is here to tell us how to create a steady retirement income without annuities. Jim is a certified financial planner professional with the Lineweaver Financial Group, so welcome.
Good to see you again.
So what are some of the downsides of annuities?
Well, annuities kind of can have their place just like any other investments. And the key here to preface this is people should be diversifying no matter what they do. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But when it comes to annuities, there's some misconceptions there because some do have surrender charges. So if you need some additional money, they could slap your hand to maybe get out of more than a 10% withdrawal, say. But people tend to just take the gains or say interest off their annuities and lose the thought of inflation through the time. They don't really see that. So let's say you were 65 years old, you had $500,000 into an annuity and it's paying 3%. So you're taking that income every year. Well, what you don't realize is that in 10 years, even at just a nominal inflation rate, that $500,000 may only be worth $350 in 10 years. So when you go buy that new car or additional things, you might not have as much money as you thought. So there are other ways to stay ahead of inflation.
Okay, so what about investing in stocks?
Well, this is going to require a little bit more risk, but what happens is this is where the underlying stocks, if you have a well-diversified portfolio, they can pay dividends, and instead of reinvesting them to buy more shares, you can just have those dividends be sent to you on a monthly or quarterly basis. The nice thing about that is that traditionally, if you're investing in good companies over time, those dividends are actually going to increase. Also, maybe potentially the underlying stock has an ability to go up too. So you have a couple different ways to stay ahead of inflation. Like we have an investment portfolio that's strictly designed for people in retirement. It has a dividend yield in that 4 to 5% range. And as long as you're not taking out more than that, even if the market takes a dip, you don't have to sell any shares. The dividends are going to come to you to support your monthly income or annual income, and yet you don't have to panic in a down market or anything because you're still getting paid.
All right, well that sounds promising. How about bond ladders?
Yeah, well this is a big issue because right now as interest rates are going up, what's going to happen to bonds? Bonds are going to go down. So traditionally your mutual funds, especially domestic based, what people thought they were very safe in the portfolio may not necessarily be. So you can go buy individual bonds at a 3, 4, or 5 year basis, but you might have to have a lot more money to get the diversification you need. But what a bond ladder and maybe some of these bullet shares where you can use what's called ETFs, exchange traded funds, you can buy something that's going to mature in 3 years, and then 4 years, and then 5 years. So that in 3 years, you know, when that hits its maturity, either take it and spend it, or just roll it up for another 3 years, and guess what? Between now and then, I'm sure the interest rates will be higher. So you build in an increase in your income, and you also have liquidity along the way to spend in retirement if you need it.
Okay. Now, I've heard that real estate is good for my portfolio.
It can be. Now, you can go out and you can be the landlord and you can get the calls in the middle of the night and do all that kind of stuff. That's not a comfortable retirement for me. But if you want to do that, you can. It can provide some good income. But there are also professionals that do that for you now, too, in investment portfolios. So you can actually, you know, buy an ETF out there or some type of real estate investment trust that may be publicly or privately traded. Just make sure you look at the fundamentals. What are they investing in? What are their demographics? What part of the United States are they in? You want to be in a growing population and a good history of long dividends. So as long as they're doing that, not too bad, but there are risks inherent with real estate as well.
Okay. Well, how about life insurance policies for retirement income?
Yeah. So if you don't have cash already accumulated in these policies, it's not an option, okay? But if you have the old policies that maybe accumulated money and you have some cash value sitting there, or they use this a lot of times for executives. So if they wanted to keep you in the company and they really valued you, they could customize a life insurance or a deferred compensation plan for you so that you'd have a bunch of cash value in this policy at retirement. And then if you structure it right, you could actually take that money out monthly or annually tax-free in retirement, and it was kind of a way to keep very key employees attached to the company.
Do you lose the life insurance benefit then?
It depends on, you know, how it's structured, because you take withdrawals first and then loans, and any loans on a policy would reduce the underlying death benefit. So if anybody has some cash value life insurance policies out there, be happy to do a no obligation comparison for them, see if it makes sense.
All right. Lots of options here. Seems pretty daunting. And then there's the new Trump tax law. But I understand you've got some seminars out beginning shortly that might help our viewers.
We do, because these really changed. And when you file your taxes, you know, from last year to this 2018 year, it's going to be a huge difference. And you got to know the changes now. So we're putting on an education program at Lock Ebers here at Thursday, May 10th at 5:30, and also Tuesday, May 15th at 5:30. We're not only going to have myself there talking all the financial and insurance insurance issues. We also have our accountant there talking about those issues. And also we have your famous Mike Solomon coming to talk
Ooh.
about all the changes to the legal side and estate planning. So great panel, a lot of great information. It is free to reviewers, but it will fill up fast, so have them give us a call.
Okay, they got a call. All right. Our thanks to Jim for helping to clarify some of our options for retirement income. If you're interested in learning more about Jim's seminar, give Lineweaver Financial Group a call. The number's next.
To find out more, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or log on to www.lineweaver.net.